This is the Creative Problem Solving Round 2 Advisor Orientation for Alabama HOSA's 2018 State Leadership Conference. Just an overview of this competitive event. Creative Problem Solving Round 1 takes place Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. Creative Problem Solving Round 2 is Friday morning, with event manager and personnel orientations beginning at 8 a.m., judge orientation at 8:20 a.m., competitor orientation and the actual event to follow at 8:45 a.m. Please see the specific competitive event schedule for your room assignment. Be prepared to run the event. Of course, round 1 was the test-only portion, so round 2 will require judges. Plan to have 2 judges, but the event can be ran with 1 judge. Advisors will be managing the event, and event personnel may include advisors with students in the event, but there will be separate judges actually evaluating the students. Preparations for state conference. Print and review your event's guidelines. The event manager is responsible for coordinating the event. They must report to headquarters to get the event binder. Event personnel should plan to meet in the event room for event setup while the manager is in headquarters. The personnel should start orienting the judges. In regards to confidentiality, all advisors should complete the online confidentiality agreement prior to State Leadership Conference that is found at this link. Hard copies are available in headquarters, but we do encourage everyone to complete the form online. Confidentiality has to be of utmost importance in order to assure equity in future events. Advisors and students are not allowed to enter, observe an event other than their assigned one at any time for any reason. Pictures and/or copies may not be taken of the event, secret topics, skills, or equipment. Round 2 specifics for creative problem solving. There are 3 to 4 member teams. 6 teams with the highest average score from round 1 will advance to round 2. Round 2 teams will be given a potential problem related to HOSA, the health community, or a specific health issue. The teams will have 30 minutes to solve the problem, and then they will have 8 minutes to present their solution to a panel of judges. Related to orientation to this competitive event for the event personnel, it's completed through this video. The binder should be picked up at headquarters. There was a separate binder video that's already been emailed out by Dana explaining sections of the binder. The manager will receive the following at headquarters. Again, the binder with event directions that has the top 6 competitor team list in it, scripts, judging rubrics that are in Scantron form for the judges, event survey forms, and judges' gifts. If for some reason the assigned event manager cannot attend or pick up the materials, notify Dana Stringer as soon as possible. Another member of the event team will be asked to attend. It is imperative that someone be present to obtain the event materials and any additional instructions. Event manager and the event personnel should be very familiar with the creative problem-solving guidelines and be able to follow them precisely. After picking up the event binder, a plan needs to be made to be able to orient the judges, get the students in the room, call the roll, orient the students, consider where the students will wait their turn, in a holding area, or will you give them appointment times. Make a plan to how you're going to check the dress code. Reminder that there are no guidelines required for round 2. Keep in mind how you will present the problem to be solved. Also, how to time the solution prep and the presentation time. And a plan to keep the judges on schedule. Suggestions on how to keep the flow of the event going well. Orient the judges to the rubrics and the time limits of the event. Make sure they're familiar with the guidelines. Review the important points to be sure they understand. Review the rubrics in the Scantron form that they are exactly from the guidelines, just in a Scantron form, and stress consistency in grading. Each judge will complete their own rubric. They may come together and discuss rubric scores after all competitors have been scored. They must break any tie. They should not write notes on the Scantron rubric itself, but use a notepad in case they want to refer back to something specific one group did that needs to be noted. Remind them that they can't give advice to the competitors. Thank you is acceptable, but good job is not. Advisors will notify judges if the competitors did not follow the guidelines. Suggestions for the event manager and personnel. Each room will have a table outside the door. Plan to check the roster and the dress code discreetly at the table as they enter the room. If there is a dress code violation, keep it confidential. Have a second event person discreetly look at the student's dress and make a mutual decision. If unsure, err on the side of the student. If there is a violation, document it and the points will be adjusted at headquarters. As a reminder, the guidelines for creative problem solving state that the HOSA uniform or proper business attire is correct attire for this actual event. How we're going to document this dress code. We're only documenting dress code violations. So if the student did not meet the dress code, that will be documented. We will, of course, allow them to compete. We'll just document it for points' sake. Suggestions for running the event in relation to orienting the competitors. After the students have been checked in, okay, we've called roll, we've checked them in, we've checked the dress code, and they're standing in the room, we instruct the students to the process of the event. What's the order in which they will compete in? Are they going to a holding area to wait to be called in? Remind students that their team average on the test is added to the presentation score to determine their final score. Answer any questions at this time and remind them that the topic they will be given is a secret topic and they should not share it. Send them to the holding or instruct them to return at their appointment time. That is your decision. With only 6 teams being in round 2, it would probably be just as easy to have them in holding, so they're there when it's time for them to compete. Information for the presentation portion of this event. A 1-minute remaining warning is given at the end of the 30-minute prep time. Students may use note cards and flip charts during the presentation that they wrote on during their 30-minute prep time. The time will stop at 8 minutes during the presentation to let them know their time is up and the presentation is completed. Judges have an additional 2 minutes to complete the Scantron rubric. In case of a tie, the team with the highest test score determines the rank. Test score from round 1. Additional information. Students will not know final results until the award session on Friday. We cannot give individual students or team suggestions for improvement. Judges can create a list of general suggestions that Dana can share with everyone at State Leadership Conference, everyone after State Leadership Conference. Make this list of suggestions on the event survey. And remember that consistency makes equitable competitive events, especially in the judging. Keep the goal in mind. Our goal is to set an example of high standards and integrity for our students while being as fair and equitable as possible. These are leadership qualities we hope to instill in all our members. Be the example. Conduct the event as you would like others to conduct events for your students. Grievances. If a student has a grievance, listen carefully. If you can fix the issue, fix it if it can be fair. If you're unsure how to fix it or if it even needs to be fixed, refer to their advisor. Their advisor can bring the grievance to headquarters in a professional and confidential manner. Keep in mind that everyone is doing their best and that we are all human. When the event is complete, thank the judges, provide them with the thank you card that can be found in the event binder and the gift that the manager was given at headquarters. Gather all supplies and straighten the room. Complete the event survey. This is all event personnel, managers, judges. We need surveys and feedback. Refer to the event binder for instructions on what items should be placed in the front binder pocket. Make sure all items on the check-in sheet are accounted for, and the event manager or personnel should return the binder and all supplies to headquarters. Just a thank you to all the advisors that help run these events. Of course, we could not make Alabama HOSA State Leadership Conference possible without all of you running the events. Thank you.